welcome to my channel. My name is Karina Bonaduk, and this week we're back.
Wish we could fly away. You and I go to our favorite place. Oh yeah.
Hello, my name is Karina Bonaduk, and this weekend I'm gonna be sharing how I renovated my laundry room. Before I get into that, I do want to say that I had the honor to be featured on the Immigrant Connection Instagram page, which is a project by Ali, an immigrant himself, where he highlights an immigrant and their story every so often. I'm not sure exactly how often he posts, but all the people that he posted about are really inspiring. Make sure to check it out and follow him to see America's immigrants. And now let's get to how I renovated my laundry room. Week one is when I first bought the duplex, which was middle of August. I had a plain old laundry room. It had the wire shelves. The water heater is still in there. I couldn't hide it. There's not enough room. Maybe if I had stackable washer and dryer, I could have rearranged things a little bit different, but I do not. I ended up taking the wire rack off and kind of patching up those holes. I didn't realize that I bought the wrong kind of mud in the beginning. I took the doors off as well, and here you can see this was week 3, I want to say. I took the floor out and patched up the walls where the door was, because I will end up having double rack barn doors, and I had to mud many times to get the sides to be very smooth. You have to mud and sand many times because it was kind of rough over there. The switch, because I will be having barn doors, we had to move it either to the side or behind, and we ended up moving it behind, so you just have to reach in there to turn the light on. I honestly never use that light because I have plenty of light from the kitchen, but it is there in case I need it. Because I have a really fancy faucet in the bathroom, we ended up having to break the wall on both sides, and by we I mean the plumber, and move the washer and dryer connections because they were going to be at the same spot where the faucet is supposed to be. And then because we switched the faucet for the bathtub as well, they had to make even more holes. Plumber ended up taking the water heater out so I can actually put floors down underneath as well, and you can see the wall was kind of rough over there, so I ended up fixing it and patching everything up. I used a new pan for the water heater because the old one was all broken and it was not serving any purpose. The floors are finally in, and then I painted. I did not take pictures of it after it dried, only like after I painted, but once I put the baseboards on, it looked like a totally different place. This is me connecting my dryer. I don't know if you can tell, but the washer and dryer are 2 different colors. One is stainless steel and one is galaxy gray, but they do look like they're from the same family. Like the shape of them and like the functions are very similar. I bought them on a sidewalk sale and they were in the box. It looked like they were going to be the same model. A lot of people that visited me weren't able to tell, so I really don't mind it. But the electrician Abe put his knee on top of my dryer when they were changing the light fixture in the washer and dryer room that I told you earlier I don't even really use, but it's bumped now, so I'm waiting for them to rectify the situation so I can have pretty looking appliances again. I don't know if you saw my video on how I stenciled the bedroom, but the big palm leaf 3 stencil came with 4 little stencils as well. I was thinking about getting a cat, so I was leaning cat, but then that rhinoceros, I really liked it, and I found these samples at Lowe's. One was gray and one was light blue, and I had a slightly darker blue at home as well, so I thought the combination was pretty cool. It cost me like $2.50 for all these paints. I did ended up buying a pack of 100 foam brushes from, I think it was Ross, and I use them for everything. It's just, they're awesome. They were $5, so that is what I used. And instead of dragging the brush across the stencil how I did in my palm tree leaf stenciled video, I actually just dabbed it over, and then in between you have to make sure to clean the stencil because it will drag, and it being so small, that just means that it took me quite a while to do this, but it was a very satisfying process. And this light blue is like my total favorite. So 2 hours later, this is where I was. I still had another row to go, and I can say that I love this wall and it was super cheap to make. Then I got a plank of wood and I painted it the same light blue because it was the color that I loved the most. I had these hooks from Amazon that I put on there. I only put one screw initially just to make sure that everything was level, and then I put all the other screws on. As you know, I'm horrible at finding studs, so what I did is where the wire rack was initially placed, you can still kind of see where it was, so I put it at that height and hopefully I will hit a stud. But as you can see, I was pulling on it and it was actually holding in place. I'm only gonna put the mop and the broom and maybe my little hand vacuum on there, so it doesn't need to hold that much weight. Then for the shelves, I bought these L brackets. They're not L brackets, they're just shelf brackets from Amazon. And they came in a pack of 4, and initially I was going to use 2 per shelf. But again, in my closet video, you can tell that I did my best to try to find studs and I just don't have it in me. As you can see, they are holding. But I decided to use 3 of them just because once I put the detergent and the softener on there, I just wanted to hold. The bracket holds on to the wall and the shelf, so that gives it support. And then I used those plastic anchors in the wall as well. You don't know it yet, but my kitchen cabinetry is very tall, so I got a little step stool and it just turned out to match the blue color that I had. The broom did not fit on those hooks, so here you can see me talking to my mom and getting some rope around it so I can actually hang it, and now it fits. And it's blue too. I had it from before as well. I did not coordinate this. I also decided to put another shelf a little bit lower. I did make sure that the top of the washer can open all the way while the shelf is on. Make sure it's level, clean it up a little bit, and then I had to sort out all my cleaning supplies. I got a set of baskets at Ross for $9.99 and they were gray, and since I had gray rhinoceros over there, I thought it would match and I kept rearranging them. So my friend gave me this, and it's like a mini ironing board, and it had a really dirty, ugly old cover. So I went to Walmart and I had this for a couple of years. I don't know if they had the same pattern anymore, but I loved it with the stripes because apparently stripes are my thing. But it was the long one, so I cut it and I made a little flower over here. I put a hairband over it so it's holding in place, and ta-da! You can't even tell. And I don't really iron, so this is just for looks. So. I like how you can hear my friend laugh at me on the background because I don't know anybody who irons these days. That was a tiny happy dance that it actually got to hang, and now I wanted to hang this black basket I got. I did try again to find studs and I literally don't have it in me. I don't know how to do that. I actually did manage to hit a stud by mistake. I decided the little step stool, I'm not going to be using that often, so I did switch them around a little bit, which you will see in the end result pictures. I just wanted to say that I really like my laundry room now. I still don't enjoy folding clothes or doing laundry for that matter, but the washer and dryer came with an app and they tell me, you know, your cycle is done, go put the clothes in the dryer, which I don't know how it helps unless you want to start washing the clothes right before you get home so they won't stay wet in the washer for like many hours if you have to leave for like 4 or 5 hours. I don't know, but yeah, it has some nice little features, and like it can detect by itself like what kind of issues it has before you call anybody. I did not mean to get a fancy washer and dryer. I got them at a sidewalk sale. I do have a video where I'm talking about all that I bought at that sale. I'm gonna put right there. Well, this was it for this week. This is how I redid my laundry room. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Karina Beneduk. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what kind of projects you would like to see in the future. And without further ado, let's see how the laundry room turned out. Okay, you ready? Because I think I'm ready. I don't know why. That was weird. Karina Beneduk, I said it weird again. I just can't get this intro right, but we're gonna be looking at it really. Start over.